Hey, yo, what the deal, my people? You know this is Don Tony Teflon, and I'm back at you, another one. And this one is motherfucking Q&A I'm doing right now. And I'm just doing this. I just woke up this morning. I decided, let me just get this. I put the Frosted Flakes in the belly. And after that, I said, let me just get on here real quick and just do this little Q&A for y'all people real quick. Because I ain't really got much to say right now, but I got a bunch of questions and stuff. Now, sorry about the other thing. I don't know what's going on with Google. I had to try to start it somewhere else, and then I had to start it over here, and now it's over here. So I don't know even if you can hear me. I don't know if you can see me. I have no idea at all what's going on with this. So I'm gonna try to pull up the chat real quick. I'm sure I'll have nobody watching and stuff because no one knows I'm doing this. So I'm pretty sure nobody will be watching this situation, but we shall take a look and see if anyone has came over here to join us real quick. So bear with me while I pull this up. I will try to keep talking while this all goes on and stuff like that. So we do have a couple of people here in the chat with us today, and I thank you for joining me this morning in the chat. Let me say what up to y'all, to everybody in the chat there. Good morning to everybody and stuff like that. So we have just, we ain't scheduled this, man. We ain't tell nobody this is jumping off, man. You know what I mean? We just here. And we doing this like the way we do this. You know what I mean? So what up to all my people in the chat, or 33 of you people that had just, for whatever reason, found out that I was doing this and watching me. What up to my boy Joe Swag, John Taylor, Tori Clayton, the beautiful Renee M, Joanne, Manny Montez, Thursday Adams, Dennis James, Brandon Stark, John Bragg, and the rest of y'all. What up? Thank y'all for joining me on this. You know what I mean? I'll get to the other names and stuff like that. What up to the Griffin Reborn, John Connington? Love from London, love from the United States. You know what I mean? Got your back over here, even in this whole Trumpish place that we are in right now. So without further ado, we're going to go right to the questions. Now, what I do, I just take these questions. I'm going right down the list. I didn't look at them. I mean, I looked at them before when y'all posting them on my videos, but I haven't really looked at them and thought about answers. I don't even know how many there are here. What up to my man from India? I can't pronounce your name, homie. I don't want to butcher your thing. You know what I mean? But what up? I see you out there. Big love to my man from Germany. Big love to you too. You know what I mean? I got love for y'all out there. So we're gonna go down this list real quick. And if y'all got any type of anybody that's in it, what up to all my Patreon people? We know my man Zap Powell. Thank you for being my Patreon. I don't have that many. You know what I mean? I ain't the history of Westeros. I ain't that lucky. But all y'all who do, go on my Patreon page and hit me with whatever you hit me with. Believe you me when I tell you, that helps me out more than you know, and it actually keeps this channel going. So thank you for everyone who does that. What up to my man Lewis? Love from Taiwan. That's what's up, man. That's what's up. And what up, my man William Smith from Philly? Philly in the building. You know what I mean? All right, man. And what up to the beautiful Amber Chipman? What up to you? Now I'm gonna stop saying what up for a little bit so I can get to some of these questions. All right, we're gonna get this popping right now. So right off the bat, let's see. We're gonna go down and see what we got. All right, we got a question here, and it is on my: is Daenerys Tyrion's mother D plus D equals T theory shot down? And it's from a lady named Kelly Marie, and she says, LOL. Definitely one of the most ridiculous gap theories I have ever heard. I have to agree with you on that 100%. I think there's a little bit of people didn't understand when I did that video. That is a Break of Lies video. I did that video to expose it for the fraud that it is. People kind of took it like I was telling you that this is what this video is. Like, that is my theory. Fuck no. I make real theories that come true, actually. I wouldn't make up anything dumb like that. That was just a Break of a Lies thing, but people took it the wrong way. But nah, that was not what it was meant to be, that I made it up. That was just me making fun of that theory. I know people don't like me making fun of things, but come on, man. When you come up with a theory saying that that Tyrion is Dany's son. That's just some, you know, come on, man. You got to get serious. You know, look, I know that there are a lot of new channels out there. You know, there's a billion new channels, and I'm happy that the community has grown. I remember back in the day when there wasn't really nobody out here. Now it's like every other day there's a new goddamn channel. And I understand that sometimes when you start a new channel, the series ain't there. Some of these people that started these channels may not have read the books as much as we have, or not really read the books at all. So they need stuff to say. So maybe they come up with these type of theories just to keep the momentum going and stuff like that. But if you come up with something like that, then just know that you put it in public. You have the right to be criticized. It's like anything I put out there. You have the right to criticize it all you want. If you can try. You could try. Sorry if my voice is sounding a little bit crazy right now. I didn't even have a voice a day ago. Just finally coming back. So we're gonna go down with this question real quick, right? Real quick. Here we go. It is from Gaming with a White Guy, and it is from my Game of Thrones: The Master Plan of Walder Frey video. And he says, "I have a question for you. I've been looking at this a bunch. We all know the purple serpent in her hair slaying a giant. Anyway, so I believe he must be talking about the prophecy that was given, and it refers to Sansa Stark. I am calling it now. I've looked everywhere for this. The giant is Tyrion, but everyone thinks it's Littlefinger. Tyrion gets called a giant by Maester Aemon. Shay also calls him a giant as well. I don't know. I hope I'm wrong, but giant makes me think of Tyrion." So I guess the question is, this is his theory as came up with. I'm going to say I haven't heard it anywhere else. So Game with a White Guy, this is definitely your theory. We're going to put that out there right now. We're going to say, is Sansa going to kill Tyrion? Is Tyrion the giant that comes to Winterfell, that gets killed? Now, I know a lot of people think that that giant was just the snow castle that Sansa built, and little Aaron and Robin Aaron, Sweet Robin, whatever you want to call him at this particular time, is the one who stomped all over it. And that is basically what we have there. And that is supposed to be it. I do not think that is it. I do believe there is something else. Now, we did see a giant come to Winterfell, but get killed by Ramsay Bolton in the show. Now, and we really can't take anything from the show as correct, as what it's going to be as canon. But is it possible that 1-1 could come to Winterfell, maybe scare Sansa and Sansa somehow kill? I don't know. Sansa's in a very different place in the book. She's all the way in the Vale. Will she make it back in time? I don't know. But dealing with your theory, is it Tyrion that is referring to? It quite possibly could be Tyrion. So I can't tell you that it's not. I wouldn't tell you that it's not. All I'm going to tell you is that you could be onto something there that quite possibly could be it. It makes a lot of sense. We do hear Tyrion being referred to as a giant on multiple occasions, as you pointed out. So it is quite possible that that could be Tyrion. It's a good get by you. I cannot tell you that it's not, so I will not tell you that it's not at all. You know, I'll just tell you that that is what it is. You know what I mean? That is quite possibly that could be it. So Gaming with a White Guy, that is a good get. And, you know, maybe the people in the chat will think it, that will think something about it. If they put something in there, I will go. But I think that is a really good get. And I think that you could be on to something there. You may have something there, homie. So I have nothing I could say to that. Next question comes from Glocker. And it is on my Game of Thrones Children of the Forest, Who Are They video. Now, let's see. He says, why would the Children of the Forest want the Targs in Westeros? With their dragons, they can destroy the biggest weapon the Children of the Forest have, the Whites and the White Walkers. Also, wouldn't the Targs, fire, be the polar opposite of the Children of the Forest, ice? Great video, BTW. So, all right, let's go through this Glocker real quick. Why would the Children of the Forest want the Targaryens in Westeros? Well, I have actually explained that in the video itself, but I have no problem going through this and explaining this again for you right now. So at the time when the Targaryens come to Westeros. We have to look at when they come to Westeros, right? When they're there, what's going on at that time? At that time, we have King Hor, Harren the Black, right, from House Hor, over here building the biggest castle, has just completed just about the biggest castle ever constructed in Westeros, right? In the world that we know, but Westeros specifically, right by the God's Eye. Now, it is said that this man was going over to the Godswood and cutting down weirwoods that had stood for 3,000 years and using it for rafters inside of his castle. Now, when you look at the building of this castle, it reminds me of the Doom of Valyria. If you look at Valyria, what Valyria was, and the way that people died and suffered while mining for all this, whatever they were mining for in Valyria, the same exact thing is going on here. People are dying. He's bringing in slaves. Obviously, he's ironborn. We do not sew. So he's bringing in slaves to build this big-ass castle, and people are dying while they're constructing this castle. He's cutting down the weirwood trees. Now, we have heard over and over again what the children of the forest do to people that cut down weirwood trees. They hate it, right? That's why they started the beef altogether. Not just weirwood trees. These are the weirwood trees on the Isle of Faces where the pact was signed. This is the most violated thing you could do, right? But we know that if this castle was to be constructed, and as it was constructed, that no army could seize this castle. It's unpregnable by the ground. The only thing that could defeat this castle and this man in this castle at this time would be dragons, right? So if we have the children of the forest, who are the enemies of the Ironborn, dating back to the first green seer that we hear about, Yig, destroyed by the Grey King, right? So we go all the way back to that the Ironborn conquered the children of the forest. We have now this House Hor, who has taken over Westeros, chopping down the weirwood trees. Now, is it a coincidence that Aegon, the Conqueror, just happened to come to Westeros the same day the man put the final brick into place? Do you really believe that this just happened? He just happened to be flying over. He just said, you know, today is the day. I'm just going to take over Westeros today. Out of all these days, no. There's no coincidences here, people. When you have Dany's the Dreamer receiving dreams that a Doom of Valyria is going to happen, then we have a green seer sending her these dreams. This is what's going on. She ain't just have this born with these visions that she got. Targaryens or Valyrians aren't just born with these visions. That's why it was special. That's why she got a name, because it was rare for someone to get it, and she got them. They just happened to listen to her and it saved them. Now, we also got to remember that the Targaryens are shit in Valyria, right? This is not a king family in Valyria. They had dragon riders, but they're not looked up upon, like looked at upon, like praised. They're called cowards for fleeing. People didn't give a fuck about them. So all of a sudden, this up-jump family goes from there to Dragonstone, comes across a continent, and now they're the kings of this place. This is all done by the children of the forest. And if you look at the children of the forest, and I've told you in this video, and I will tell you this right now, look at their MO. What do? They tell you, we do not have numbers to fight battles. We don't. So what do? They use other people or other animals to fight the battles for them because they do not have the numbers, hence the warging ability. Hence you see what the Night's King bring undead whites up. Using other people, using your enemies to fight your enemies is what they have always done. And this is what they have done at this particular time. They use Aegon the Conqueror and his family of dragons to come over to take care of Harren the Black and take care of their enemies. And not only Harren the Black, but also the Gardener Kings who were there were also killed by them, which is also enemies of the children of the forest who specifically went out and made themselves and have people out there that have fought versus the children of the forest. These are the people, the guy who was plunged his arm in the children's chest and was called like Blood Arm because they had killed so many children in the forest. They changed the name of the river to the Red River and all this. This is what was going on. So when all this stuff is going on and stuff, this is what the children have to deal with. Always remember the children of the forest is MO. That when they come out and they're always going to use something else. They're not going to get their hands dirty. They don't have the numbers to do that. They're going to use something else to make their shit go. And that's what's going on there. That is my explanation to you. That is why they need it. As for these dragons are able to kill the White Walkers in the children's creation. From what we have seen, we assume that they can do that. But we also know that the children of the forest with their weirwood arrows can actually kill the dragons themselves too. And as I said before, when you look at the children of the forest, these evil motherfuckers, how come they have the ability to kill everything? They are the only race in this. They can kill anything. Their weirwood arrows kill the dragons. Their dragon glass kill the White Walkers. They kill everybody, the children of the forest. Why is this? That's because they are the reason why all this shit jumped off. That is the connecting thread to all that. You know what I mean? So we're going to go down to the next question. I am not in the chat with y'all right now. I will be in the chat with y'all later on in a little bit. But I'm just looking at these questions. And after that, then I will come over and see everything down there in there. Let's see. I probably should have went through these before and then had some. All right, let's go with this one. This is from Linda Tarver, and it's on my video that I made, Why Walder Frey Was Walder Frey justified for the Red Wedding? All right, that's an older video I made. Thank you very much for watching it. Other than, she says, other than Blackish, but I think she means Blackfish. Though I like that show, Blackish. Very good. Other than Blackfish, no one could accuse the Tullys of being honorable. Honor was Ned's thing. That shady deal Catelyn made to Robb to marry the Freys was a classic Tully move. I have to agree with you. It was a classic Tully move. You know, the fish always trying to go in other people's streams and doing all that. I know there has been a lot of hate for Catelyn Stark right now. A lot of hate for Sansa Stark. In fact, there's a lot of hate for a lot of these Stark women recently. But always remember, we must look at this in the form of the books, not in the form of the show. And when we look at Catelyn Stark's character in the books, let's see where she's at. She was resurrected by someone else giving their life force to bring her back to life. That's what her purpose is as Lady Stoneheart. To show that someone can give their life force to another person to keep them alive. Therefore, I believe that there's no doubt that she has to transfer her life energy into somewhere else. Now, we have seen in these leaks that Jon Snow, if you haven't seen about the leaks, then just pause it for about, come back in 5 minutes. I'm going to talk about this. But we have seen in these leaks that is most likely possibility that Jon Snow is going to get killed again. That's what they claim. So, and he gets brought back by Thorberg Targaryen, Thoros Samir. I don't know. One of them bastards bring him back, give him the kiss of life and bring him back, right? This may be, since we don't have Lady Stoneheart in the show, what is going to happen with Lady Stoneheart? Jon may be killed again in the books. And Catelyn's redemption arc to Jon may be her bringing Jon back to life for the final time and giving up whatever you want to call, whatever kind of life she has, and give that up for herself. You know what I mean? I think it most likely will go down something like that. You know what I mean? So that is the way I see it. And that is the way it most likely will go down. So now I am going to, before I get into the next question, I'm going to go over here to the chat real quick. I'm going to see who is up in there, how many people are watching. and I'm going to look for questions. So if you have a question, please just put question in. Oh, Jesus Christ. We have 85 people watching right now. Thank you. 85 people at 10 a.m. Eastern time just coming out here and watching me. 44 likes, 86 people. Come on, people. Can we get a couple more likes than that? Can you help a brother out? I mean, Jesus Christ. It's 10:30 in the morning that Don is doing this. All right, here we go. Let me look at the chat real quick and see who's up in this motherfucker. I see my man, Don the Cracking Wit. Yo to you, my man. What's good with you? I see my man Moji. I ain't seen Moji in a while, son. What up, Moji Mo? I see he's up in the piece with me. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Renee, she always rocking with me. Renee, my peoples, man. You know what I mean? That's my girl right there. She's always with me. You know what I mean? She always holding it down and stuff. So I appreciate that. What up to Dennis James, Cody Griffiths? You know what I mean? Staff. Who else is up in here? Mitch Corburn. What up to you? Let's see who else we got in here. We got Thrones Volume. What up to you? We have Tormenta. I don't know how to pronounce that last name, darling, but hello to you. Thank you for coming over here. I do appreciate seeing you in the chat. Facepalm Scrub. Yo, what up to you? What up to Sean C? What up to Kevin GT? Good morning to you, brother. You know, I be giving y'all these shout outs because that's what I do for you. You know, these shout outs, I could be charging motherfuckers $50 a shout out from what my statistics say. But I would never do a thing like that to you. I'm just happy that y'all would even be here and I could even shout y'all out. Now we have went up to 67 likes, so thank y'all for hearing me and respecting me and saying and doing that for me. What up to Christina the Spinks? What up to Tiffany Smith and all y'all and Jay Cruz? What up to everybody out here coming through and everything else? Now, people have asked me, and I'm going to say now I've seen Christina here. Now, people have asked me questions about Christina's channel. Will I be on that channel? I have been on there before. And I enjoy going on Christina's channel. If she ever asked me, of course I'll go on there. But the Don Tony Teflon is not going to have no goddamn bunny ears coming out of his head. The Don Tony Teflon is not going to have a dog face on his. It's not, I'm not dressing up like a Wookiee in Star Wars clothes. That's not what the Don do. So she is more fun type situation like that. I'm a little more serious, so it's hard. So it takes when she does a more serious type situation. That's when the Don. When you see that's when you would see the Don over there. You know what I mean? But Don just can't. You know what I mean? I'm not doing the Khal Drogo dance. That's not the Don. You're not gonna see that. You know what I mean? I'm just not that free, baby. I'm not that free. I wish I was. You know what I mean? I wish I was, but I'm just not that free. I just can't do that, man. I just can't run that. You know what I'm saying? So. But nah, those are my sisters, and I respect them, and I love them, and I would appreciate if anyone does go and check them out. They work hard at what they do. They have good hearts, and they have a good time doing what they do. So definitely, check them out and do all that. All right, we're going to get back to the goddamn questions real quick. We're going to come down here real quick. And this is from About Time K. Do you still support Stannis Baratheon's claim to the Iron Throne? All right, let me talk about this real quick. Look, as I said a little bit earlier, there's a lot of new people here, right? A lot of new people on YouTube, and it's beautiful. Beautiful. Love it, right? Now, the Don Tony Teflon is the Stannis supporter. When I was at this motherfucker, I'm gonna fuck what people say, right? Ain't nobody supports Stannis Baratheon but Tony Teflon. In fact, when I was supporting Stannis Baratheon, when I first started doing my channel, first video I ever made was why I support Stannis Baratheon's claim to the throne. People diss me. People made fun of me. He ain't shit. He ain't got nothing to do with the books. I'm talking to other people. I'm talking to James Johnson, LaDonna Louise, all of them, everybody else. Stannis nothing, Stannis this, Stannis nothing, blah, blah, blah. Then all of a sudden, in fact, the only person who ever had my back from way back then that was down with Stannis is big game James Buchel. Only one. He's the only one that was down with me. Everybody else fucking was hating on me, right? Now, all of a sudden, he's the most popular motherfucker in the world. I was like, I don't know what happened. I don't know how it happened. It's just, now all of a sudden, Stannis the Manus. Stannis, yeah! It was like, Jesus Christ, motherfucker, when did that happen? How the fuck that shit go down? Before y'all was dissing me about it. Now everyone loves him. But let me break it down for you like this, man. Stannis Baratheon is the only claim to the Iron Throne there is. If you want to go technically the way the books are, let's go through it real quick about it. So we have Robert Baratheon, who took the throne by force from the Targaryens, making the Baratheon line the line of kings and queens. No longer is a Targaryen line the kings and queens of Westeros. They're done. It goes to the Baratheons. Now, if you want to say, what are the Baratheons? Now, we know that the Baratheons are nothing but bastard Targaryens, right? That's what they are. They're the bastard Targaryen, period. Point blank, end of story. So, kind of the Targaryens still sit there, but the claim goes to Stannis. Now, Stannis is the true rightful heir to the throne when Robert dies by all the known laws in Westeros. Period, point blank, end of story. Stannis, no one else. Not Dany across the narrow. She has no claim anymore. Her family was defeated and taken out of power. So she has zero claim to the throne. She can come and take it by conquest, as her people did before, as Robert did, then she would. In fact, anyone can take the throne by conquest. It wouldn't matter what house you came from, or even if you didn't have a house. If you go in there, King's Landing, take it over, sit your ass on the throne, you make the rules. That's now you are the monarch family. It goes from Stannis to Shireen. That's the way it goes. When those two lines are ended, then it could switch to something else because there's no other Baratheons then. Then it has to go down. But as long as they're alive, they are the people who rule the Iron Throne. Now, as for do I support Stannis? Now, obviously, we see in the show that he has burnt Shireen. I am 100% sure that he will not burn his daughter in the books. He is nowhere near her. I don't even think he will ever be around her again in the books. He is nowhere around her. Actually, I think it's more likely for that situation to play out like this. Now, and I think that T-Baby had touched on it before, and I think she had it. But I think she was just a little bit off on it. So my take on it is this. We see in the vision of Melisandre that she's afraid of Patchface. And we see that blood is inside of Patchface's mouth. Now, I believe that she had said that she thought that maybe Patchface was walked multiple times, and that is why he acts the way he does. Now, I believe that that's not the case. I believe that he is being walked at that time, during that vision, and that is why he has blood in his mouth. Now, we see the same exact thing happen in the Vlad Sixskins chapter when he tried to take over that chick. And she bites off her tongue and her mouth looks like a weirwood tree. It's a reason why they're saying it looks like a weirwood tree, because they're telling you that this person's being walked into. Same thing I think is going on here with Patchface. At this particular time, someone is trying to walk into Patchface and he's trying to fight it off. But the fact that he's already been damaged, I don't think he will be able to fight it off. And I think that it's most likely will be Patchface or someone like that that's up there that will burn Shireen. And I think that's the way it most likely will go down when it's all that. So that is my prediction of it the way it goes down. That's what I think. You know, it will not be Stannis. Listen, Stannis ain't burning his daughter because fucking snowflakes dropped. This man is stuck in the fucking snow, fucking up to his waist. He ain't thinking about that shit. He ain't gonna do it. The show writers did not like the actor who played Stannis Baratheon. And as I told you before, there's only can be one star in the show. We know Jon Snow is going to be walked inside a ghost in the books for a long time. They didn't do that storyline and walk Jon into Ghost. Probably boring, so we have to give Jon the Stannis scenes. And that's all that he's got there real quick. You know what I mean? So We have, what's William say? Mel's going to burn her and bring Jon back to life. I think if you're talking about Shireen here, that Melisandre is going to burn Shireen to bring Jon back to life, I don't think that's going to happen at all. I don't think it's going to take that to bring Jon back to life. I don't think it's going to take a sacrifice of Shireen to get him back in the situation that he's in, to get him back from inside a ghost into his body. We already seen that Bran can communicate with him. All it really needs is his body to be healed, and then him to walk back into his own body. So we know the body will probably get put into the meat freezers, ice lockers, whatever you want to call it, down into the wall itself and stuck into the wall, which he won't rot while that goes down. And then eventually he'll come back from there. But I don't think it's going to be Melisandre. I mean, look, Melisandre's got to have something to do with it. Yes. But I think it's more of a patch face situation that's going to go down. And that is what's going to happen there. All right. So let me go back. I'm going to look and see if anyone here in this chat, the whole 98 people watching. Let me tell you something, people. I am very happy that the Don Tony Teflon can just get out of here after eating some Frosted Flakes. That's right. I ate Frosted Flakes. Eating some Frosted Flakes, 10 o'clock in the morning. I hit up MP. I said, MP, you want to jump on with me real quick? I'm just going to talk a little bit. But he was busy. He couldn't make it. So I said, I'm just going to get up here. I'm going to do this real quick. And I just did it. So thank y'all for just coming on here and hanging out with me real quick. I really do appreciate that. Now, Eric asked, Tony, do you support the law of the society in America to no ends? Why is it considered a virtue to stand by the law at any cost? The law is written by oppressors that shit heads in Westeros. This is a why is it? Because why this cannot stand by the law at any cost. It's impossible to do that. I mean, laws are made to try to control people and usually trample some people's right to keep people in line. You know what I mean? So that is what it is. You have to challenge laws. You need laws, obviously, because you have to have some form of society. We need some rules, but you have to challenge the ones that are bad. I think, like right now, there's a law in New York State that tattoos are illegal. If you look it up, you could go to jail for getting a tattoo in New York. No one's ever going to get it, but that's a law that's on the book. So I think you would have to do that. You know what I mean? Let's see. Let me go back to these questions over here, and I'm looking at. And we will keep going down the list and answering. T-Baby 0486. Has it always been like that with the 0486? Has she always had that long? I thought it was just, Jesus Christ. How many T-Babies are there? She said, I've been thinking a lot about this. And this is in reference to the master plan of Walder Frey. And she says, I've been thinking a lot on this, and I still can't figure out who the ward can be. I just know it's someone that Littlefinger is behind that somehow. I'm curious who you think the ward is. And yes, he was definitely poisoned. Talking about Lord Rosby. Rosby. I said it. I always keep saying, for whatever reason, Raspberry. I don't know why, instead of Rosby. But raspberry keeps popping out of my mouth. That just happens. But you know what I mean. So don't ask me about it. All right. Now, was Rosby poisoned? Let's go through that. Of course he was. There's no reason for them to point out the fact that he was coughing all the time and to say he died of a cough just for him to be have died of a cough. No. He was poisoned by his maester, who we know is from House Frey. So when you look at everything that points out, the most likely candidate of it is Oliver Frey, right? That's the most likely candidate. In the comment section, when I asked y'all who do you think it is, 90% of your people said Oliver Frey. Everyone thinks it's Oliver Frey. The only problem with him that it could be is that it seems that this ward has been with Lord Rosby for a long time. We know Oliver Frey has been off with Robb Stark doing his thing, though he went away a couple of times, but he was off with Robb Stark. That would be the only thing that's make it not him. But there is a Littlefinger connection. Now we know that Littlefinger is into grain, right? That's what he's doing over here in. Well, he's in the Vale. He's protecting the grain situation there. We know we know that Rosby is the head grain supplier for King's Landing, right? Now, Littlefinger does have a connection here, no doubt about it. But I cannot give it to you now. I'll do a video on it. But I will say, besides that no doubt about it, that there is a good chance that Oliver Frey is the war. Good chance. There's a good chance. But there is a way that Littlefinger could be involved, without a doubt. Now, someone asked me before if the Metal Gear Solid was my theme thing, that my alert. Yes, it is from Metal Gear. There's no doubt about it. Let's see. We're going to keep going down this list. I have a lot of questions here. David Adams asked, Tony, and this is in reference to the video I did of Jon Snow going over to the wall and capturing a white. He says, Tony, I think they're going to get a white to prove to Cersei, not Daenerys. Just my 2 cents. All right, so are they going? Now, this seems to me like stupid. Now, we know that Commander Mormont's plan was to take the white arm to King's Landing and show King Robert Baratheon that there's a problem up there. But by the time the arm gets down there, the arm basically turns to a mess, right? It's nothing there when they get there, right? So now we have this going again. So now Jon Snow is going to take the same exact plan that Commander Mormont did, but for some reason this time it is not going to melt. Why? I don't know. I can't call it, right? It's going to be able to make it this time all the way back there. Now, whether he's going to... Now, I don't think he would be doing it to prove it to Cersei. I think that Jon would have to be doing it if he is going to do it, if this leak is right, to prove to Daenerys. Because what the fuck can Cersei do for him? He needs those fucking dragons, right? So it would have to be her. And as I said in that video, just for her to say, I don't believe in the White Walker, this can't be. Who the fuck are you to say this shit? Shorty, come on, let's look at your goddamn history real quick. All right? You birthed 3 dragons from 3 rocks, right? 3 rocks. You took 3 fucking rocks and 3 fucking dragons came out of them after you sat in the fucking fire and it burnt all your clothes and all your hair off, your head, all your body. You survived it. Not only did you sit in the fire, but for some reason, somehow, you can breathe smoke because you were in that fire. And even if the fire didn't kill you, you would at least think the smoke would have got you a little bit, right? The soot or something, but no. She walked her ass right out of there, naked as a jaybird, right? With 3 fucking reptiles on your ass. You did that. You also walked through fire again. And you have the audacity to say, I don't believe in the White Walker? How is that possible? How is that even believable to be put there in the show? It would not even sound right. It sounds suspect. Cersei, yes, she has every right to say I don't believe it. And she can say that, but Daenerys, fuck no. And Cersei kind of, listen, you got a man with no head watching your back, shorty. If you have a man that doesn't have a head watching your back, I would think you would have to believe in some White Walkers, right? And when I say White Walker, I like to say White Walker. I don't know why, but it's the Walker. This comes out, it's like Uncle Ruckus. It makes me sound like Walker, Texas Ranger. I just like to say Walker like that for some reason. But that's the way I feel about it. But it just seems like I think that's more filler. That's what I'm gonna take it as. And listen, there's only 6 fucking episodes, 7 episodes. You have no right to be doing filler for 7 episodes. everything should be out there. But I think that if they do this storyline, it has to be filler. Maybe they're just trying to protect George's work and they want George to come out and do something, you know what I mean? But if that is the case, you know, that's what I would want it to be, something like that. You know, maybe they just don't want, they want George to be the one to do something else. So they say, oh, we're gonna run this storyline real quick. You know what I'm saying? Come on, yeah, when you know Walker, Texas Ranger. Walker, Texas Ranger. Yeah, watch the Boondocks and you know what I'm talking about. If you know. All right, we're gonna keep going down here, down on the list. Oh, yeah. Hey, you pack mule. My man, 50 motherfucking grand. Yes, I don't think it's a question, but we're gonna see. He says, Tony, I had an AU pack mule done 30 days of streaming. He asked Tony Teflon to get on. Nope. Damn. He didn't ask me. Oh well. Let's see. Tony, I had to agree with you. Do we really need to have whites to prove to the realm that they're abundant? Very redundant. I didn't read the question. I'm sorry. I just read it. I just ranted on that. But yes, you are correct, AU Pack Meal. It just makes no sense. Hopefully, it's just some type of filler, and that's what it is. All right, we have this from Game of Thrones, Melisandre, the new Night's Queen, and this is asked by the Night's King himself. Maybe the name Blood Raven is like the doctor or doctor from Doctor Who. There are these episodes where the doctor's name could be said. Also, his real name had been said in 50 years. I don't think Blood Raven is the great other, but I don't think it's him because his name can't be spoken. All right, so I had said before in the video that obviously Blood Raven could not be the great other because we know his name. His name has been said, and it's said that the great other, as Melisandre says all the time, that the great other cannot be said. All right, so I understand what he's saying here. You know, I never watched Doctor Who, not one episode my whole life. So I can't use that reference and what he's saying about it. You know what I mean? I have no idea what's going on with the Doctor Who situation. But the Night's King, whose name must not be said, the original Night's King was the Lord Commander of the Stark's Lord Commander, 13th Lord Commander. That is the Night's King whose name can't be said. We hear that after he was killed, that 13th Lord Commander, that all of his names was wiped out of the history books from the Night's Watch. They deleted everything about him. They tried to wipe him from existence. That is the great other whose name can't be said. Now, I believe that the Night's King is a title, Night's King. Now, that is given to the White Walkers, whoever is their leader. They call themselves the Night's King out of respect to the real Night's King, who was the 13th Lord Commander, who couldn't. And they worship him as the great other. Because that is the guy, if you look at it, and the way the White Walkers were brought forth, he is the one who willingly gave himself to become a White Walker. He is the one guy who willingly asked to be turned to a White Walker and took his wife as a bride, took Night's Queen as a bride and did that. So I think that's why they respect him. I think that's why they look up. He's the one who did that. He wanted to be a White Walker and was down with them. And he did sacrifices and everything else there to the children of the forest. So when you hear sacrifices to the old gods, always know that means they're sacrificing to the children of the forest. So when you hear that someone is putting entrails in trees and all of this, it's to the children of the forest. As I said, when you look at the children of the forest, these dirty motherfuckers, right? You must ask yourself this question, all right? This is the question you must ask yourself. When you live in an area, let's say I lived in right by the sea, then I would be a pretty good fisherman, right? That's what's there. That's what you get good at, all right? If I lived where there was elephants, probably be a good elephant tamer. I learned about them and I figure out a way to that because they're around me, right? So when you look at the children of the forest, you see all the weirwood trees around them. So you know they know how to do things with the weirwood trees. Why? Because they're numerous there. There's a lot of them there. But the dragon glass is not from there. But yet they are experts in using this dragon glass. Why are they experts? You shouldn't be an expert of something that isn't from your area. Unless you are not from that area, you are from where the dragon glass is from. And that is why the children of the forest, I believe, are not originally from Westeros. They migrated over to, and that's the bottom line. And these dirty little bastards, you know, and yeah, y'all can keep big up in them all you want. But in the end, you will see that these dirty little midgets that has interbreed with the human beings. And listen, a human being, man, will fuck anything. Anything. I don't put nothing past no human being. That's why I say, oh, human beings fucking children. Of course, a human being will put his dick in anything he can if no one's looking. I don't give a fuck. You say what you want. These motherfuckers on this planet will fuck anything. A tree, a leaf, a pillow, a goddamn piece of fruit. Motherfuckers will put their dick, no one's looking. Put their dick right up in it and take a shot. That's what human beings do. So don't give me this shit that these humans, oh, they ain't fucking. Yes, they are. Human being will fuck anything. I don't get put it past these motherfuckers, man. Trust me. There's no doubt about it. You know what I mean? Hot apple pie. Yes, Queen Strader. Without a goddamn doubt. What up, my queen? What up? I'm so happy to see you there. Without a doubt. I'm sorry. You know what I mean? I don't just go. I'm a human being too. I mean, I ain't get that like that. But I'm saying, you know what I'm fucking saying. Come on, man. If there's a crack or a slit, some man has stuck his dick in at some point in this planet and see what they can do it. That's just it. And these chronic ass men, like they floating around in the swamp. They're shorter than everybody else. And there's a reason why this is over. Now, look, the chronic men, all right? Let's talk about the chronic men for a second. The chronic men were down with the children over the human beings. It wasn't until that Stark went over there, as Lord of Winterfell, and got them to come over back to the human side. They already switched sides. So maybe that children pussy is good. I don't know. I just know for a fact that the credit men said, fuck the human beings. We're with y'all. We're running with y'all. I think that shit. Why do you think they're able to call down the hammers of the water from where they're at? Because they're down with them. Why do you think their shit is floating all around all this shit? They stay down with them. They're down with the children of the forest. They always have been. Who do you think the green men are on the Isle of Faces? It's these motherfuckers. I think Helen Reed went down there to learn the spell, the hammers of water. Because they're down with them. They've given up on human beings and switched fucking sides. That's the bottom line. That's what it is. Albrecht 76. Leaf was sexy though. Hey. hey. I ain't here to tell you that she ain't. I ain't here to tell you it ain't. I'm just here to tell you what I think. You get it. Well, Kevin Leaf would get it. I don't know. I couldn't see it. Ass is not big enough for Tony Teflon to fuck with. Me personally. From the actress playing her. You know, that's just me, man. Now, you know, you got to have something. I don't want, you know, I'm not, this is not turned into a Christina the Sphinx buggery episode. We are serious here. We're fucking serious. We're serious. Oh, we got one hater. You know, we always got haters in here that wanna give the thumbs down to Tony Teflon. Out of 88 thumbs up, we get one hater. Sorry, son, if I upset you, my blackness gets to you. Sorry about that. Nothing I can do about it. All right, let me see. I don't need recommendations here. All right, Big E says, if it was up to him, he said he would take a Karstark prisoner, bring him beyond the wall, kill him, tie him up, and wait for him to turn into a white. Now, that's a good point. And that's a good thing. Now, is that how it happens? I don't know how it happens. How does this happen? So if you just kill someone beyond the wall, do they automatically get turned to white? I don't think so. I think the Night King would have to somehow spot them and then raise them up, all right? So, and I also think that that's a pussy move. You know what I mean? You're going to grab a white. Why not grab a White Walker? Why not grab one of those? Go after that. You know what I mean? So that's what I would say do it. You know what I mean? That's the way it is. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's a good idea there. But I don't know if it works like that. All right. Let's see. DJan asks, what's in the Crypts of Winterfell video? This was one of my most popular videos I ever made when I made up the fact that Rhaegar's harp is in there. Who knows if I'm right, but we will see if I'm right. I'm sure a lot of other people I came up with that back in then too, but we'll see if it's there. He says, is it possible that Rhaegar Targaryen's tomb is in the Crypts of Winterfell because there is no mention of what happened to his body? And Ned and Lyanna was aware to him. I do believe that it is said that Rhaegar was burnt. So I do not think there's a possibility of Rhaegar's tomb being inside the Crypts of Winterfell. I think that the person that's in there that's not supposed to be in there is Lyanna. I don't think there's any woman that's supposed to be in there, and they put her in there. Ned put her in there. I think that is the person not supposed to be in there. But in the Crypts of Winterfell, as I said before, it is Rhaegar's harp. I do believe, I'm still sticking with, I'm not going to change my mind. Rhaegar's harp is in the Crypts of Winterfell. We have to say, as I've told you in other videos, and that it is known that when you see him in the House of Undying with Dany, when his wife is giving birth, he's sitting in the windowsill playing a song. There's no doubt in my mind that this is probably this man's MO. When his kids are being born, he probably makes songs for them. Therefore, I believe that harp was inside the Tower of Joy. It is mentioned with him all the time. So I believe that if anything was going to be buried with her, that is that. Next, it also can be the sword of the morning. Could be in a dame, that sword. Now, I also said back in the day that it's quite possible that Rhaegar's armor could be there. Now, I don't believe that it's going to be Rhaegar's armor because we see, I went on the foreshadowing of Jon on top of the wall, chopping down the whites armored in black ice, right? So I went in on that case because it was either, to me at that particular time, I would thought two different things. It's either Rhaegar's armor or it's the other's armor, because we hear that the other's armor is a reflective camouflage armor. If he was on top of the wall and it was nighttime, it would reflect the darkness and reflect the ice, therefore look like ice armor. That's what I was going on. But since the Forsaken chapter was released, I have revised that because I had no idea that Valyrian steel full plate armor existed in this world. But once I seen that, it's pretty obvious, and I made a video on it, that is going to be Jon Snow's armor. He will take that off of Euron Greyjoy, and that is what he is wearing in that scene when he's up there. Now, let's get back to Dawn for a second, this thing. This is a very interesting situation here, because the thing that we have problems with this is this. Did Ned return the sword there? We have a child that is named Ned. So would they name a child Ned if Ned Stark killed the most popular member of their family? That is the problem that people will have there. Now, was Ned Stark in love with Assured Dame? It's quite possible that he had something for her. Did Ned Stark have a baby with Assured Dame? No, he did not have a baby with Assured Dame. I know people will tell you that he did, and they will say it, R plus L equals this. R plus L equals J. It's over. It's funny that sometimes that when you're shown things, and people still don't want to believe it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it told you. It showed you that's what it is, and people still don't want to believe it. I don't know what else they got to do. What else they got to do for you? I don't know. You know, it's not Assured Dame. It's a good story. It makes a little sense. That's why I can go on, but it's not. The whole situation with Brandon, and Brandon, I believe, raped Assured Dame. I'm going to do a video about this, the rape of Assured Dame, about Brandon, how he raped her. And there's no doubt to me that he raped her. And the whole thing is this, man. Ned Stark is not talking to chicks. He ain't got no fucking game, man. None. The only reason he got Catelyn is because he was betrothed to her. He ain't got nothing. That's not his style, man. That wasn't it. You know what I mean? He ain't going up. This is the most baddest chick in the land. You think he gonna make a move on that? His brother went over there, probably on behalf of Ned, to go talk to her, but then realized, like, what the fuck I'm talking this for my brother? I'm gonna put the moves on this boy myself. Because that's the type of dude he is. Because when you're an older brother, you know what I mean? Your younger brother likes someone. I got a younger brother, you know what I mean? And I remember I used to go over to his crib. And I remember you'd have his little girlfriends over there, girls he try and talk to and stuff like that. And I just from being older, I could just go over there and put the Teflon on and get everyone, oh, you know what I mean? Because it's just from that, you know what I'm saying? Because when you're older, you know what I mean? You've been around the block, you know how to act around people and stuff. You've done seen things. So that's the situation. There's a reason why the man called the shy wolf, right? He ain't talking to no one. He ain't got no game to do that. So there's no doubt to me that there is no other situation but R plus L equals J. How people can come up with what they want to come up with, and maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am. And maybe they would be right. That would be a shocking twist. But I think the more bigger question would be, why would they name this child Ned if Ned did kill? We know for a fact that Ned killed Arthur Dayne. Now, you may want to say that Arthur Dayne's still alive. There's people who say it. I'm not here to tell you that it's not true. Could still be alive. He may not be. He could be. I'm not here to tell you. If you ask me my opinion on it, I don't think that it makes sense for him to be. I don't see how it forwards the story. It's like Rhaegar being alive. And that was, I think, a lot of thing that people wanted to say. They said that Arthur Dayne and Rhaegar switched spots, right? So that it was Arthur Dayne that got killed by Robert on the Trident. And the thing I will say about that, and I'm only going to refer to that right now. Only thing I would say about that is that makes no sense whatsoever because they're both dead. You understand what I'm saying? They both died. So what sense would it make to switch those people if both of them died? The only way that makes sense is if one of them, and that would be the guy that's Howard Joy, if that would be Rhaegar, survived. Right? But we know that Ned Stark killed Arthur Dayne. So they both died. The fact that they both died, it makes no sense for them to switch positions. Makes no sense there. I think the whole story was to say that if Arthur Dayne went with Rhaegar and those King's Guardsmen went to the tower with him, that he would have won that battle. But because they stayed back, he lost that battle. And in the end, he had them stay back to protect his son. Now, I know people have said that it's quite possible that Arthur Dayne was having an affair with Lyanna Stark. I mean, Jesus. I mean, hold up, people. I mean, we could say a lot of things about a lot of different things, but when has it ever been said that this chick's a thought, Lyanna Stark, that she just fucking everybody? You know, when has that ever been brought up? I mean, if you're gonna say that, you might as well say she fucking some other King's Guardsman. Why has it gotta be Arthur Dayne? Why wasn't she fucking Oswald Went? Why wasn't she fucking somewhere else? Right? She a thought like that? She might as well been fucking them too. You know, so I think you just have to really look at it, you know what I mean, and see what it be, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, I just can't roll with that. The Don Tony Teflon, I just can't roll with that right there. So, what I'm going to do with 113 people watching me live right now, 113 unscheduled. I love you people for being there and making this worthwhile for me to be. In the beginning, I was having problems starting this. I was started earlier, but it wouldn't give me the start thing for some reason, start the video. And I don't know why. What I'm going to do right now is ask everyone here to rep your hood, if you would, and put in the comment section, if you feel comfortable doing it, where you are from, which city you represent, and I will shout it out right now so that everyone can know that here on Teflon TV, we are world motherfucking wide. We got peoples all over the place. Our house is strong. And when you fuck with one of us, you got to fuck with us all. And let me go through it. We got Germany. We got J. Cruz Vegas, Renee Baltimore. We got Mistress from Cleveland, Ohio, baby. We're gonna keep let me go back because they're gonna start popping up. So we're gonna get it all going down, all right? We got Todd Fowler representing London. The Boy One, Toronto. Bucks Bunny, Brooklyn. We got the Cynic from Missouri, Hillsborough. We got Tony from France. We got Christian from Australia. We got the beautiful Queen Cheryl Strader from Tulsa, Oklahoma. We got Manny Montez from the Lower East Side. We got Mark McCabe from Glasgow, Scotland. We have, go back. It's going real fast. I'm sorry. We have Ann from Minnesota, Hank from Sweden. We got Mr. Fergos from Best Flash Island, Quentin, my man. Quentin, where you been, son? From B-More, son. What's up? We got the Griffin Reborn chilling out there in London. We got DZJMI 990 from Serbia. We got Facepalm chilling from London. We got Ahu 737 from Hawaii with the Kansas City Chief logo. I don't know how that happened. You got to explain that to me. Joe M. L.I. New York, Long Island, baby, all day. Brett Cole, Michigan. We got Nashville, down the Kraken Wit in Atlanta. We have Orlando, Florida, Orange County representing East Brooklyn, East Side, and Brooklyn right here chilling. We got Thrones Volume in Knoxville, Tennessee. We have Laura Smith from Helsinki, Finland. So thank you all, y'all. I'm sure there's more. I have missed a lot of you. We have someone from Disneyland chilling out there, Pittsburgh. I just want y'all all to know yourself so you can see it yourself that when you interact with people, that you are interacting with people from all over the world. When you come to Teflon TV, talking about Game of Thrones and stuff, and that's a beautiful thing, people. You know what I mean? You got to love that, because I love that. You know what I mean? And that's the way it goes. So I always got to give shouts out to all my fam. Got to give shouts out to my house, because without y'all, there is no Teflon TV. Without y'all, there is none of this. You know what I mean? This is how we do, man. This is how we represent. Now, another thing I was going to say too. It's like the goddamn Stannis Baratheon thing. Now it seems to be happening to Cersei Lannister. Now I came out with videos about Cersei Lannister, and everyone made fun of me because I like Cersei. Now I don't even like skinny chicks, but this skinny chick is sexy to me. This Lena Headey. I mean, not that I don't listen. I like all women, all shapes and sizes and stuff, but particularly I have not been dated a lot of very skinny women, as skinny as she is. And then listen, that's extremely skinny. The actress playing Cersei, she's really extremely skinny, right? So I think she's very hot though. So I like Cersei because of her, right? And I have to represent for her. Everyone hated Cersei, but now all of a sudden, people are starting to like Cersei Lannister. So now I got to go somewhere else. So now I'm going over to Walter to the phrase. At least I know that nobody is ever going to like the phrase. So now I'm going to explain why the phrase get the wrong deal. If I find one of y'all cats all of a sudden repping the house Frey, I'm be on you, right? Don't come over the house Frey. Who is this over here? What up? Yeah, no junk in the truck. It's hard for me. I'm a black man, you know what I mean? What up, Live? I don't think I've ever seen you in my chat before. So what up to you? I've seen you on a few people videos. Now, people understand. I did Don Tony Teflon. Even though I don't be in the chats, don't think that Don don't be watching. I watch everybody. I always watch not everyone's stuff, but I watch a lot of stuff here and there when I have a chance. I'll skim through it after. Usually I can't catch a lot of things live, I watch anything that Christina would do. I watch anything. Hey, but Christina got 4-hour streams, right? I can't. 4 hours. You know, I can't do that. Anything like AU would do or something like that. You know, I'd definitely be watching and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely be watching. You know, don't think that they ain't around. I just don't be commenting in the chat. And sometimes if I comment in the chat, it takes attention away from the people on the show. And that's not the type of dude I want to be. I want everyone to concentrate on y'all cats and everything else. You know what I mean? So, but don't be thinking I ain't dig. If I hear something, you know, I don't care if you got 1 subscriber or 100,000. If you shout to the Don's name and say something, I will put it in the video. I will come out there. So if you want to get made famous, I'll definitely make you famous. I'm all about that. Now Cersei gets the raw deal, and it's not fair that people give her. She's a victim, and the bottom line is, if she lived in this time and Cersei's just a fucking feminist in the man's world, and any woman who's a feminist should be supportive of Cersei. Does she get around? Does she sleep around? Yes, she does. But there are a lot of women who sleep around. And now you want to make fun of her for doing it. You know what I mean? But when men doing it's okay, but you want to get mad at Cersei for sleeping around. The reason why I think that the bad thing about her sleeping around is that she sleeps around with people that are beneath her. She shouldn't be sleeping around with these kettle blacks and these other people like that. Yes, she is trying to get it from every angle she can get it. But why? That's because the way she was raised, she didn't have no love. She don't know what love is. And that's the bottom line. She's just a victim, Cersei. And anyone who wishes to debate Tony Teflon on that, let me know. We could definitely get on. But the bottom line, she's a straight feminist. She's just trying to call her own shots in the man's world. And what the fuck is wrong with that? Why shouldn't she be able to call her own shots? She want to fuck. Wait. Y'all salt and pepper people out here. None of your business, right? I know all y'all women in this chat room right here, right now, at some point was in the club singing, "If I want to take a guy home with me tonight," none of your business, right? None of your business. But Cersei do it. It's everybody's business. What's the difference? What is the difference? Huh? There's no difference. None of your business. She wants a guy with a home tonight. What is it, kettle black? Or a girl? Or whoever? Let her do it. As long as it's her choice, what's wrong with that? You know what I'm saying? That's the way I see it. My man Quentin told us straight up. He'll give her his kettle black. Yeah, son. Yeah, son. That's what I'm talking about right there. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I see. I just think that people. All right, let's look at Live. She says, I don't think she's a feminist because she's willing to stomp on other women and treat them the way she hates to be treated. She's not about her. She's just about herself. You know, that is true in a sense. She has to be about herself. She can't just be. She's not a feminist for all women's rights. She's not holding up the flag. She's not got the fist up. She's not doing that. No. But she is trying to stand up for herself, not to be treated as a piece of meat, to call shots for herself. So I think we have to look at it like that. Is she a feminist in the way that she's for everyone? No. But is she trying to stand up for herself and just trying to call some shots for herself? And look, Cersei Lannister sat her ass on the iron throne. And have I ever met a feminist? I don't know if you're talking to me, but yes, I know a billion of them. With my friends, I know actually, and I can tell you this right now, I know 35 women who were at the march in North Carolina that are friends on my Facebook page. 35. Not 1, 2, 3, 35. They all feminists. I'm a feminist. I support women's rights. More than I support women's rights 100%. Period. I'm not going to get into it, but I'll tell you straight up. It ain't mine. If a woman that I've never met before want to do something with her body, have an abortion, whatever she has to do, it's not my business to tell somebody what to do with their body that I never met. That's that woman's body. Let her make her own choice and stop getting in her way. Just because you have religious views on certain things, you can't push your religion on other people. If they don't have those same religious views, they should be able to live their life and do whatever they want to do. Period. My oldest daughter is a member of the LGBT community. I love my daughter, and I'm proud that she is, period. So I support any of that women's movement, anything they want, anything they need from me, they got from me, period. That's the way it is. So let me go and explain. I'm done with that stuff. We are going to go right back to this question. Did you watch the history and lore about House Aaron and Royce? I did not watch that right now, so I will get into it for you and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's the way that should be. I will definitely watch for it. If you have a question, please put it down in the comment section down there and stuff like that. So, and I will answer it right now. Now, yeah, listen, Donald Trump done messed up messing with them chicks. You just don't mess with women powers, man. All women have to do is just realize that they run the whole planet. It's not really hard for them. They really just realize that, and they realized that shit yesterday. A little bit of the power that they have. You can't mess with them. You can't do anything to them. You're not going to be able to treat them like when you have. This is the last thing I'm going to say about political. Let me go right back. When you have Black Lives Matters protesters, and you have just straight black people there, all right, doing the Black Lives Matters protesters. You can label them as thugs. You could label them as this, which will give people the right, the police officers or whatever, the people in the power to do whatever they want to them, to beat them up, to throw them down, spray them with water hoses. You can't do that to women. You can't do that to white women, black women, Oriental women, Asian women, Spanish women, Hispanic women. You can't do that to them when they're all together. When their arms are locked up like this and they're all together, there's no stopping them. That's it. There's nothing. You just got to get out the way. What are you going to do? You ain't going to hit them. You can't assault them. You can't bully them. You can't scream at them. There ain't nothing you can do but get rolled over by the rush. So you either roll with the rush or get rushed. And I'm rolling. I'm rolling all day. And that's it. And that's the way I feel about it. So I'm done with that right now. We are done. We're going to take over. I'm done talking about that straight up. All right. This is a question. Is the Windsor, this is from Jamie Luna, is the Windsor Winter coming out this year? I do believe that the Windsor Winter is coming out this year. I think George R. R. Martin has released it, saying that he hopes that it comes out. I'm going to tell you right now, I think it's done. I think it's written. I think everything he has written for it this year is done. I think it's already at the editor. I think it's being edited right now. And I think it drops this year because I do believe that when you look at all George R. R. Martin's things, that Forsaken chapter, he wrote, what, 4 or 5 years ago? I think he has a lot of shit already written that he's just transfers from one book to the other book. So I don't think he had a lot to write, but I don't think he had as much as people think he had to write. So I think he already had a lot of stuff written. So I think it's all going to go into there. Is there a future? This is from GAPWHAM pal. All right, and that's the best way I can do it. Is there a future for Tyrion and Sansa together? Yep, there is a future for Tyrion and Sansa together. Obviously, we can see the Beauty and the Beast situation here going down. I had said before, now if you look at the video I did, there's a video there I did back when they did the Hall of Faces, all right? And I told you that, in that video, if you put all 3 faces together, the people there in those faces are connected and stuff, right? So I think that is exactly what's going down there when the whole situation goes down. You see Tyrion's face there with Sansa. There's a reason why they had Sansa. See, this is what all right. So this is a crazy situation too, and this is how the show done messed up a little bit here. You know what I mean? Because we see in the books that Sansa's virginity is just like cherished. It's just, she's just staying a virgin the whole time. Tyrion ain't fucking her. No one's fucking her. Joffrey wants to sneak in there and give it to her, but he can't. No one's getting it. But then just to have her get raped by Ramsay, which is this weird to me. To save her virginity that long, just to have her get raped by Ramsay like that on like her wedding night or whatever you want to consider it. I just can't see it going down like that. only way I could see anything going down with Sansa getting raped is if it's Harry the heir rapes her. That's the only way I could see it go down. If somehow Harry the heir rapes her, and that's it. If she gets raped by Harry the heir, if something goes down there and she's damaged goods, then yes, I think that she at the end wind up with Tyrion. If not, I don't think Tyrion will be the first one to smash it. I can't see Tyrion doing that. I just can't see it going down like that. Next question from Dennis James. How does Stannis die? Who says Stannis dies? Who says that? Why we got to go there with the death of Stannis Baratheon? You know what I mean? So I don't know. All right. Most likely Stannis will die. So I did a video how the Winds of Winter will end a long time ago. And I will go with that video. I think he dies. I said in that video that Euron takes over a dragon. I don't think people caught it, but I said Euron takes over a dragon and he burns Stannis when Stannis is approaching Castle Rock. That Stannis goes from Wyman Mandalay. He wins the Battle of Ice, goes there, goes with the Mandalays over to White Harbor, tries to assault Castle Rock. After Cersei and Euron get married, and Euron burns Stannis on the field of fire over there while he's approaching him. That is what I said happened there. That is why I'm going to stick with that there. And I'm going to say that it still goes down like that. I think that's how Stannis Baratheon will die. Let's see. So someone put why rape? Why do I think that? Well, I think that if the way about Sansa's going back to Sansa and Harry the heir being raped, we see how cocky Harry the heir is, how he has so many baby mamas already just out of wedlock. We see in the chapter with Sansa how Littlefinger put the light in her eyes and put all this and see, and from that we see that Sansa is using what Littlefinger gave her more than the books. I mean the show. In the show, we see Sansa all cocky. Ramsay Bolton, like, psh, you're a bastard. You're still a bastard. Doesn't matter, blah, blah. It's like, she ain't like that in the books. She plays her part. She plays the role good. And I think that she's going to play the role good, but I think in the end, Harry's just going to throw it down and do whatever he wants to her. That will probably lead to Harry getting tossed out the Moondog by Sweet Robin and his people getting Harry tossed out the Moondog for doing it. But I think that's what's going to happen because Harry the heir is going to die. He's not going to live throughout this whole thing. He's definitely going to die. Do the others make it into Essos? I don't know if they'll make it that far over there. Do you believe that Dany will die by Jon Snow? Yes. Yes, I do. Of course, there's no doubt that Jon Snow will kill her. It's either I have a video called "The Death of Daenerys Stormborn Targaryen." You can watch that video, and I go into great detail of exactly the chapters in the book that foreshadow Jon killing Dany. But there's no doubt that Dany will die on Jon's blade, and that is how he will form the sword Lightbringer from her. She is definitely Nisa in that, but I would just check that video. You can definitely go into that, but there's no doubt about it that that is the bittersweet ending that we are going to see here. It's impossible for them to live at the end of this book. They can't. Really, it should be Jon. In all honesty, Jon already died. He should go back because usually, kind of like when you look at Lord of the Rings, when these people die, they come back to life. Once their mission is over, they go away or they die again. It seems like something like that should have happened to Jon for the fact that he came back to life. He shouldn't be sitting on the Iron Throne in the end. I think that when Aegon, because now we have Aegon instead of Dany, right? So in the books, we have Aegon is in the position that Dany is in the show. All right, that's what's going to happen. Except for the Dragonstone thing, we have it down in Stormland, but it's Aegon. In the books, I think that when Aegon does take the Iron Throne, as soon as he sits on the Iron Throne and gets up, he'll be bleeding. I think the same thing is going to happen to either Cersei or Daenerys if they sit on the throne. Either this season, when Cersei gets up on the Iron Throne, there's going to be blood coming from her. She's going to be stabbed by the throne. Or if Daenerys sits her ass on the Iron Throne, she will stab. Now, we see in the House of the Undying that when she goes to touch the Iron Throne, she pulls away back from it. And I told y'all back then that when she reached for that sword, that fucking sword was Longclaw. From way back in the day, I told you that was. And I still guarantee that was Longclaw, without a doubt. So I think that would be the foreshadowing of them dying, that one of them will sit on the Iron Throne and they'll start bleeding, and that'll be it. Jeremy Moore asks, will Dany become a villain? I think it's a good possibility that she is. You can look at my video I put in there, and you can see her giving crazy looks to people and stuff like that. And she may just stop burning motherfuckers and everything else. There's a good possibility that Dany is not a villain, but a little bit more hardcore than people would want her to be. And that's how she would act and react to certain things. I think that they said in that scene when she's going to burn Randall Tarly, that someone said that someone screaming, Khaleesi, don't do it, and she burns him. She's gonna do it. That's how she gets down. So it could be a situation like that going down for her. Cheryl asks, what if Jon actually dies and Dany is Prego and Jon never knows he fathered a bastard? That would be terrible. If she gets her pregnant and then stabs her and kills her and makes it Nisa, that would be terrible. Terrible, terrible, terrible. That would be if that happened. It's a good possibility that it could happen now. Good get, my queen. I do appreciate that question, and I think that is possible. Do I think the lands of always winter is connected to Essos? I don't know if it's connected, but if you're saying did the long night, that same long night that affected everything, go over there when it first happened? Yes, of course it did. So if you want to look at it like that, when this long night happens, will the other lands in Essos be affected by the snowfall of it? Yes. Will they be affected by White Walkers going over there? I don't think so. But the snowfall and things like that, yes. Because I think I've seen something recently that I think Jupiter, it takes 17 years for Jupiter to orbit the sun, right? So I guess that's kind of a long night in itself. But we have, that means basically 17 or so odd years, or half of that is summer, and other half of those years is wintertime, right? So I guess Westeros could be a Jupiter type planet because it's further out. I would have to get Nicolina in here to verify that situation. The Griffiths Reborn, John Connington asked this: Florence taking over the Tyrells. Sam's Tarly mom is a Florent. Stannis' wife is a Florent. Rhianna Florent married Leighton Harkadder, a Florent Castellan in Brightwater Keep. So are the Florents trying to take over the Tyrells? Well, the Tyrells really took over the Florents. The Florents are originally the more powerful house. They have older roots than the Tyrells. The Tyrells just got lucky that when the Garden Kings were killed by it, they were the ones left standing and were quick to bend the knee. Actually, it was the Tyrells that convinced the Garden Kings to go out there and fight against Aegon and them so that they could do it. The sneaky ass Tyrells. So are the Florents trying to take over? I think that they are. That's why we've seen the situation with Stannis, that they do want their power back. So quite possibly they will be trying that. Let's see. He said everyone is expecting a bittersweet ending. It'll be more unexpected than that. Listen, it's going to be a unexpected ending. The way I look at it is like this. Everything that we've shown now, Dan and Dave, right? They've said that there were shocking moments that they were told about by George, and there's one left, right? We had the burning of Shireen. That was one. Then we have the Hodor. That was two. And now there's one more shocking moment like that left, they said in the books. One more. They're going to have to put in the show. Only thing I could see it being is that Jon killing Dany. Now, the thing I would say to combat that on myself is that if you look at the two people that were in those situations, the thing that make it shocking is that those are two people that are completely innocent. They had no bad feelings about anything. There was nothing wrong with them. So that's what made it so sad for them. Dany isn't completely innocent. So that's what would bring a monkey wrench into that. Someone like Brienne of Tarth would be a thing, but I don't think she's big enough of a character to draw that much emotion out of it. So I think it most likely would be a bittersweet moment, would probably be Jon having no choice but to kill Dany, but Dany knowing that this is what has to be done and her accepting of this. So when Jon puts the sword to her, maybe she grabs Jon's by he can't do it, and then she grabs him by the shoulders and pulls herself in and kisses him at the same exact time that she does it. And then her body just fades away with life support. I could see that on TV. Corny as it is, I could definitely see that on TV. What up, J Root? How you doing out there? Sound like Wendy Williams. How you doing? All right, let's see. Q&A. Will Euron take the throne from Cody? If you want to assume that Cersei has control of the throne and she's going to marry him. Now, in the books, I don't think so, because what's going to happen is that Cersei's going to have the throne in the books. She'll be there. Aegon comes and takes it from Cersei. Cersei's going to retreat back to Casterly Rock. I think that's when her and Euron will hook up. Then, so if you still want to recognize Cersei as a power or queen of the region when Euron marries, then yes, Euron gets a throne then. But I don't. So I think it'll happen then. In the show, I think that it's quite possible that he will get her, marry her, albeit while she's still sitting on the throne. So yes, he would then take the throne for the show. I think that clip that they show Euron and he's bringing Yara and behind him in a horse, that could be a wedding ceremony. That could be his present to them. But she would definitely be executed right then when that goes down. So I think if it went down like that, it could definitely happen. Wait, what is this? Now, Renee M has asked a question. She says, Ulrich, let me see if I can find this Ulrich thing. What do you think Gilly and her baby's role will be in the endgame? Now, Ulrich, 76, my brother. Now, I have a video called The White Walker's Monster, and I get into all that situation with Gilly and her baby. So please do check out that video if you get a chance to. It's not that long. I actually got Don the Kraken Wit and Don Willie all in there, triple Don'd out. So please check out that video. One of my favorite ones I ever made. But I believe that I'll give you a quick answer on it. I believe that Gilly's baby is the White Walker's Azor Ahai. That is their prophesized future leader. That is it. And that is his importance. And that's who would be, like, right, as I said, the Night's King. That would be their Night's King. That's their Azor Ahai. That's their guy. That's the one that's supposed to lead them to the promised land and take over all the Westeros and get everything right. I believe that there's a lot of foreshadowing to it. You could look at Gilly's name. You could look at everything that leads up into it. In fact, it's just too much for me to get into. I would just have to do a whole new video on it. It would just be that whole video. But please check out that video. I do go through it, but I do believe that Gilly's importance, baby's importance, that is the White Walker's Azor Ahai. Let's see. We are here. Will the dragons die in the end? And that is from DZIM990. Yes, there will not be a dragon alive left in the story. I mean, if there is a dragon alive, it'd just be flying off into the sunset somewhere with someone on its back and be gone. But there will be no dragons in Westeros when the series is over. The series, we will not see Daenerys or Jon Snow sitting on the Iron Throne with a dragon behind them taking flight, going straight up, and then that's their dragon. It won't be anything like that. Quite possibly see Jon Snow sitting on the Iron Throne with Ghost next to him, and Sir Davos as his hand, and he has his own council or stuff like that. I particularly do not think that it's going to be no Iron Throne when this is all said and done. I don't think there's going to be a Senate when it's all said and done, or a democracy when it's all. It's going to be, this is what they're fighting for. They're still going to have this at the end. BYOB friends, love you, Teflon. Well, I love you too, homie. I love you. Thank you. I take all the love I can get, my friend. I take it all. You know what I mean? Is Bloodraven his own man or just an extension of the children? They should have a similar goal, after all. And that is from ORTZIRI. Now, there's two ways to look at that situation. I know some people may think that Bloodraven himself is a prisoner of the children of the forest, and it's quite possibly that he could be. But to me, I think that Bloodraven is dirty. He's always been dirty, and I think this is what it is. I think that he's his own man. I think everything he's done on his own. I don't think that he's captured. I think that he wants out. I think it's an Atlas Stone type situation where he wants to because we see that when Vlad Sixtons wants to take over the body, he really doesn't want to do it in the beginning because he doesn't want to give up his warging ability, doesn't want to give up his powers. In the end, he's about to die, so he tries to do it. So I think it's a kind of situation like that with Bloodraven. I don't think he wants to give up his powers. That's why if he's able to transfer his body into, say, a Bran or into a Jon or someone like that, then he would still be able to maintain his powers and his ability and then get out of that damn tree. You know, trust me, he wants to switch places with Bran. And the reason why I think he's all withered away is because people don't do blood sacrifices or anything like that anymore. So I think that's all of his strength is all withered him away. And that's where he's at. If Sherry Seastar is Melisandre or someone else and she's still out there, there's no way he's not trying to get back to his chick. No way it's not going to happen. Of course he's trying to get back to her. Has to be. You know what I mean? He doesn't want to be there, stuck in that tree. Just like he says, you think that I wanted to be here stuck in this tree while the roots grew through me? Of course he doesn't want to be there. No one wants to be stuck in there. He wants out. But as we've seen, Bran was the only one who was able to effectively take over somebody's body in Hodor. Now, I think that Bloodraven has tried this before and has done it to an extent, but not to the full control as he's done with Hodor. That's why I think he says you can't do it. You're not. How does he know you can't do this unless he has attempted it himself? The whole tragedy at Summerhall was caused by Bloodraven. He did it. And that's his whole situation there. We are right now. Let me explain this to you, people. How great this is, right? We have 130 people watching, 120 likes, and whoever the person was that thumbs down us took it away and circled the wagons and came back. So thank you, sir. I don't know what happened or why you did that, but you circled back to us and you came around, and now you are part of House Teflon. And I appreciate you being here with us because, you know, it's better to love than to hate. You know what I mean? So keep giving those thumbs up, because that's the way we do it. One up. You see that? And as soon as I say that, the hater comes back. Now I know you're just playing around. All right. I don't know who you are, but you can keep doing what you want to do all you want. But we got 131 likes, baby. You know what I mean? So thank you I really, truly appreciate it. And now we are joined by JD the Dragon. He comes up in here. JD the Dragon. Now, I have also said before in the past that I believe that there would be an ice dragon in this goddamn series. People laughed at me, told me that there was no chance of there being an ice dragon in here. Laughed at me, but there was one person who had the Don's back through it all and agreed with the Don about the ice dragon, and that is none other than JD the Dragon, who agreed with Tony Teflon that there would be an ice dragon in the story. And I do believe that there will be a goddamn ice dragon in the story. Now, I will tell you straight up. We got, I'm going to get to you in a second, homie. Now I'll tell you straight up. If a dragon is resurrected and that becomes the mount of the Night's King, I will not consider that an ice dragon. I will take that as an L. Unless that motherfucker shoots some type of icy blast flame. Then it is. But I cannot believe that it's going to be a white. It has to be a White Walker dragon. What up to my man Don Willie, the man who has made the Teflon TV theme song. Also another supporter of mine on Patreon. My man, the Brooklyn Don. Happy to see you here. I do believe that the Hypes Watch is doing a show at some time this afternoon at 2 o'clock or something. So please hit them up, you know what I mean, and check them out at 2 o'clock when they do their show, the Hypes Watch. I don't know what channel it's on. I don't know if they got their stream back, but hopefully they did, and all that. Now, next, let me say this real quick. Song of Ice and Fire Pyramid. I know we have not done it for a while, but I am ready to go back and get that popping again. So, if you would like to be on a Song of Ice and Fire Pyramid, I have a match. Christina the Sphinx is the first one up because she should have been in the other one, and it's messed up time schedule. So I'm just waiting for her to tell me when she's ready to go, because we have Christina the Sphinx and her partner, whoever it is, I don't know, and they're going to be taking on Phil the Issues guy and Joe Dirty Locks. Once that is settled, we will have those two people, the winner of that, come back and take on the champions, Don Willie, and also James Michelle. After that, I'm having it's open competition to anyone. So if you want to be a part, we know that Queen Cheryl Schrader, they didn't win it for her. She's going to get in herself. So we're going to have her in it. Now, Manny Martinez, he said he'd kill it. Hit me inside Teflon TV, and then we will figure out if you will kill it. I promise you, straight up, we will have you, or I'll put you on if you wish to be on. It's not a problem. Q&A, do a Q&A with Nicolina, please. Yeah, I'll contact Nico, and I'll get something popping with her within a week or so. You know what I mean? But I'll definitely get with her and stuff like that. So we have the Queen is in the house. So what I could do is I will either have 4 subscribers of mine take place in it and hook y'all up together, or I gotta ask them their permission. But I will take the champions, whoever the champions are at that time, and put those two. So let's just say right now that we have Don Willie and James Michelle as the champions. I will have Queen Strader and someone else. And then at one round, she will use Don Willie. In the next round, they will switch, and she will use, and the people switch, and she will use James Michelle for her partner. Whoever wins each round at the end, whoever the winner is, can choose whichever person they want to bring them to the final pyramid and ask them the question, so that then they can go for the prize. That is the way that I think I'm going to run it. That is the way I think it's going to go for subscribers, unless you subscribers have partners of your own. If you can come up with partners of your own, then I will definitely put you on as partners on your own. What up, Debbie? How are you? I will definitely put you on. Crispina Spinks says Lady D is the GOAT, and it is known. We'll see how much of the GOAT she really is, because, put her out there and we'll see what happens. You know what I mean? I don't know if Don Willie and James Michelle could be defeated. I don't know if it's possible that they could be beaten. I don't know. We shall see if they can, you know what I mean? But we only did one episode. Don't think I forgot about it. I have not forgot about it. I love doing those things. It's just hard to get 4 people together at the same time to get it. So when I do record it, I'll possibly just maybe record 2 episodes at once every time and then put them out back to back like that. You know what I mean? So bring the Black Wildland's ass, Christina the Sphinx, and we see what happens. Bring her up in the game. Anyone is welcome. Obviously, if you are a subscriber or have a channel, doesn't matter. Just hit me on Teflon TV Facebook page and say you would like to be a part of it. If you don't know what it is, just take a look at it on my videos there. Mo Genie almost pulled it off when he was up in there first time. It was a very good game with Monero Geek TV. Very good time there. So it was a good thing. We will see. Also, you know, we talking the history of Westeros, Radio Westeros. We're going to get them on there too. Don't worry. We're going to get them on there. We're going to get Smokescreen and Val. We're going to talk to them and see if we can get them on there too. Rost already said that she was down with doing it. BarTube said she was down with doing it. So we're going to have them on there too. So don't worry. We're going to have all that jumping off. You know what I mean? That's the way it is. Question. Tony, what is your opinion on Tyrion and Tysha being Penny's parents? I don't have any opinion on it. I don't think it's true. You know what I mean? I don't think it is. Who is this? Irish Wyland? I don't know who this. Who is the Irish Wyland? I don't know the Irish Wyland. Who is this? Irish Wyland. What is that? I don't know. The Black Wyland I've heard of, but you know, I know that's it. That's so. Let's see. Listen, DZMI900. I ain't break your heart. Listen, you want on Renee, and anyone want on, they can get on. I have written out. Have questions for 7 episodes right now, already just sitting there ready to go. So it's good to go. Conor McGregor is the Irish Wally. What's he supposed to be? Is he in Game of Thrones this year, Conor McGregor? Maybe he is. You know what I mean? That'll be all right. Let's see. Is he the guy from KFC? Kyle's Chickens? I don't know if Kyle has a partner. I thought Kyle worked with AU Pac-Man. So he streams with Spinks. Who is this? The Irish dude you're talking about here? Oh, that's you, just Johnny. Is that you talking about, Johnny? When you said that the Irish, oh yeah, I know. I've seen him before on the Spinks show and everybody else. I've seen him up there. Yeah, if you know, he does. That's guy. I don't know that cat. I never spoke to him. You know what I mean? So I don't know. If Christina brought him on for a partner, that would be him. But if he ever wanted to be on the show, what he would do is contact me. It's he just have to find out someone that can understand what he's saying. Me personally, he talks a little bit too fast with too thick of an accent for the Don to understand what he was saying half of the time. You know what I mean? So, but no, anyone is welcome to be on the show. I do not hate or have anything against anyone in this community at whatsoever. All they have to do is just contact me, and that's it. That's all people gotta do. I'm all about that. Yeah, the Westeros history versus Radio Westeros. I think that's the show we gonna try to pull that off. I think that'd be good. You know what I mean? So that's the way it goes. All right. Oh, people, man, I'm nice. Now I'm supposed to be out. People hit me up. I'm supposed to be out. So in a little bit, I'm about to step off this thing. So we are going to talk about. So people ask me. We have. I do have video coming up still soon with the Order of the Green Ham. Still working on that. Life gets in the way of things, people. So don't ever think that that's not going to happen. We're still doing that. We're getting that done. Here's a question from Marcus McCabe, Anthony Joshua Klitschko. I don't think it's a boxing question. I don't really think it's going to be a hard fight for Anthony Joshua to beat Vladimir Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko is a little bit too old, long in the tooth at this particular time in his life. His whole jab, right hand hold style, Anthony Joshua is too big. He's not going to be able to do that. He was able to do that to everyone he fought because he was bigger than them. Push them down, grab him. Anthony Joshua is too thick. He can't get his arms around him. He's too big. I think it's Klitschko's jaw is glass. If he gets hit, he will get hit. He will go down. I probably think the longest he can go versus Anthony Joshua is 3 rounds. I would give within 3 rounds Anthony Joshua to KO Klitschko. Tony Teflon show. Where is my Teflon TV shirt for my tittle bitties? I will. You know, I had promised everyone that I would get on there, right? And I would get down there and I would take care of that situation. So I will definitely get back on the horn and make up those t-shirts for you. I promise you. I will do that this week, without a doubt. I will take care of it. All right. What is next? Lady Stoneheart N. I said that before. I think that she's going to give her life to bring Jon Snow back to life. That is the end of her. Oh, Lucio, you gotta understand, man. I got hitmen inside this chat room, man. You know, and if anyone that I have given the power of the anyone that I have given the power of the wrench to, they have the right to block you. Don't even come to me and ask me about it later. Just watch your mouth from there, and that's it. And that's the way it goes down. You know what I mean? What up, Moni G? You're welcome for your Night's King. Oh, you got it. Thank you. Now I have sent out those things to people. All right, I told you, I asked people to hit me up and let me know you got them. No one has hit me up and let me know you got them. So thank you, Moni G, for telling me that you're the first person to tell me that you got it. There is an issue, though, I do believe, with David Adams, with me sending out the my channel is frozen right now. Is it? No, it should be good. All right. So I told people that hit me up, let me know you got them, but no one wants to do it. It's fine. It's okay. So there's a problem I saw with David Adams, I do believe, because you live over in a different country. It would cost me $32 to send you that piece. All right. So I can't send it to you for $32. It's not worth it. So please contact me on Teflon TV, and then we will figure out something that we can do for you to get that. But I can't send a Funko Pop for $32 overseas, man. I just can't do that, man. You know what I mean? There's no way I can do that. Hopefully I'm not blocked, right? It's still going on. I hope so. I see that the chat going up. That's worked, so it still should be working fine. We're gonna run this until 12 o'clock, and then we're gonna get off and stuff like that. Now it's not David Adams if he lives in the U.S. Whoever it is that I'm talking about, I don't know who it was. Hold on. This Paul Wilson in 4 Kemwatt Drive, Scotland. That I tried to mail this out to you, but it just cost me too much dough, homie. I can't spend that out there to you. But as you can see, I did have it in this thing. I'm going now, or am I up? I don't know if I'm here, if I'm there, or I'm back, or I'm not. I tried to send this out to you, but obviously you can see that it's costing me too much money. So I got them here for you. We will have to figure out something else to get you out there that makes it worthwhile to send you that for that. Or maybe I can just buy you one on Amazon or something and send it to you or something like that. Or maybe you'll just donate it to Christina the Sphinx and I can just send it to her. It's all up to you. So Paul Wilson, please hit me on Teflon TV and let me know. Thank you, Don Willie, for letting me know I'm good. I'm thinking I'm frozen or something else is going on here and everything else. But listen, I got 143 likes. That's more likes than I got people watching right now. You know what I mean? So that's what it is. Yeah, you know, so that is it. I don't know if you wanted to pay $43 to ship that to ship this to you. I don't think it's worth it, my friend. But maybe we could figure out something like I could ship it something to you on Amazon or something like that, and it would be a little bit better. I would like to anyone who sees my beautiful artwork right here that you see right there. That was painted by a Patreon of mine, a friend of mine. Someone right here that was in this chat, Amber, painted this beautiful picture of the wall for me, and it will always be on display for Teflon TV. So I'd just like to say thank you for sending me this, for painting that for me. It's beautiful. I love looking at it every day, and it doesn't sit there. I hang it up when it's in my house, it hangs up in the spot, but I just put it down here right now so everyone else can see it. And every time I do a thing right here, I will put that there. Yes, if I had more Patreon supporters, I could send stuff overseas, but I only have about 6, 7 Patreon supporters. But I love all of my Patreon supporters. I love anyone that even thinks enough to do that and send that to me. It really does help me out a lot, no doubt. You know what I mean? So definitely appreciate all of the support. And I love this paint. Look how beautiful that is, right? It makes me smile just to look at that. You know what I mean? So I'm very nice, happy to have that and everything. And I'm happy to have all y'all support and everything else, because we know, you know what I mean, that people be hating and stuff like that. So we rise above all that stuff and just fly high, stay low. That's the way we try to get that popping, you know what I mean? So listen, before I end this and everything else and all of that, I'm going to ask you, if you have a question for me, anything you want to ask, let's rapid fire through them right now as quickly as I can so that I can get this done. Make a Patreon link for the video, support the channel and the people of the route. I try to do that. I have a link. I think I put it in the cards there, but I think that if you just went on Patreon and put on Teflon TV, I would pop right up. But I usually stick them in the cards. But if it's easier for people to find it, and for me to put it down there, I will do that. The bronze bottom makes a comeback in a month. I'm hyped. Yeah, I've been in contact with him a couple of times. Actually, I've talked to him and stuff like that. So, yeah, I may make it out. I may go down to the fight myself. I've already been offered to go down to the fight, so I may make it out there to the fight myself. I'm actually working on a second book for him right now, trying to get that done, trying to piece that together and get that out there. So I'm very excited for the heavyweight champion of the world to make his go back there and make his return and start getting it out. Because after we mop up these people, then we could take care of Anthony Joshua and everybody else. You know what I mean? And that's it. Why isn't Renee a moderator? I don't know why Renee isn't a moderator, but we could fix that. That's not hard to do. So we took care of that real quick. Boom. Let's see what else we have here. Unification battle for Deontay Wilder. I think that would be what will happen after it all is said and done. After that, I think he's going to fight the guy from New Zealand. Deontay will take him on after this fight. I think he'll fight him, and then I think then he'll fight Joshua if Joshua wins. Next, let's go back up. Predictions for the Windsor Winter book. If it's got to give me a date that it's going to come out, I'm going to say that it'll come out before Christmas. September. It'll be out in September. That's what I think. See, Renee, all you got to do is ask. I'm not the type of man. You ask, you get. You get. Oh, yeah. Packers, Falcons. I'll go Packers and Steelers, Pats. I'll go Patriots. I think we've seen this earlier in the season, the Patriots versus Green Bay. I think that's what the league wants. I think that's what we see in the Super Bowl this year. I hate them both, so I'll watch it, but I hate them both. Faceless Man, Tobot Moat, never melted ice too. They used Bright War. Do I think that he never melted ice and they used Bright War instead? I don't know if that's the case. I do think you are correct on that. It's Faceless Men, Tobot Moat. I don't think he's an actual Faceless Man, but there is a connection between the Faceless Men and him, without a doubt. I'll talk about that in a later video. I don't have enough time to get into that right now. I would love to see Matt win this year. Who is the Night's Queen? Cersei, Dany, Arya, and Mel. I think the Night's Queen, when it's all said and done, will be Melisandre. I think she is the Night's Queen in the book. Not Arya. No chance of being Arya. Cersei is quite a good possibility, but I think Cersei is the bride that we see is in Euron's vision. I think that's his bride. So I think the Night's Queen, the Night's King's actual bride that he's going to be with will be Melisandre. Thoughts on the High Towers. High Towers, whether dealing with the High Towers or dealing with the Maesters, they are dirty. The Maesters are dirty people. They have their own agenda too. Kind of Thrones. You know, I would go if I don't know if I could go. It all depends. It's all about, you know, it's all about what it is. You know what I mean? To go to either convention, I would try to get to either one. I couldn't do both. I could possibly do one. You know what I mean? Because I got bills, so I would have to see to do both. Could I do both? I could do it. You know what I mean? I would have to push this here, push that there. I could get it done. Yes, but I could try. I could try to get to one of them. That's the best way I could say is I could try to get to one of them. I could definitely try my best to get to one of them. We shall see what happens. And it's like it's me. I'm rolling dolo. You know what I mean? So to go to Memphis, to drive down I would fly to Memphis, I would think. I hate flying. I hate it. I'd rather just drive places that way. I just like to be able to leave when I can leave. I just like to be able to, and I'm out the door. You know what I mean? That's how I get down. When I want to be out, I'm out. So we shall see about that. We'll see. Let me see what it is. Let me look up stuff and everything else, and let me see if I can get down there and stuff like that. But there is another one, Cheryl, that is in Virginia, that is actually, I think, in the same place where they shot the Dirty Dancing movie, which just for that reason alone, I would want to go. Just because the Dirty Dancing movie was shot there, and that's my favorite movie of all time, I would just want to go there and be in there and reenact that movie with somebody. I want to see someone in some booty shorts going up those steps with the song playing in the background. I want to jump over the railing and punch somebody in the face like Johnny. I will reenact with somebody. If I go there, I swear to God, listen to what I'm telling you. I will reenact the whole final fucking dance scene with someone if you know it. Lift and all. I will jump the fuck off the stage. I'll do it. One thing I won't. I'll do that, motherfucker. I've been dying to do that my whole goddamn life. Certain things I've been dying to do and I've been able to fulfill. I was dying to be a professional wrestler and get in the ring. I was able to do that. I was able to get in the ring and meet guys who work with the WWE. I was able to do a dark match. I actually got put in the figure 4 leg lock by Greg the Hammer Valentine, which was a great experience. And he actually put the shin guard backwards before he did it, which was great. I took the Doomsday device. I took it. I let them do the Doomsday device to me. I took that and flipped right over. Great time. And I actually got to come off the top rope and drop the Macho Man elbow on somebody's chest. So that was one of my things I always wanted to do when I was a child, and I was able to do that. And now the last thing I need to do is to reenact the Dirty Dancing movie. I could get a chick up. I could get you. Listen, too big. I ain't gonna work. But I'm saying if you like around underneath 175, like if you shorty, if you about 170 and under, I can get you. I can get you up there. I can get you up there. Anything bigger, we're gonna have to go in the pool. We gonna have to go in the goddamn pool. You know what I mean? But yes, whoever want to walk up them steps in the booty shorts and you want to get on your hands and knees and sing the song with me and everything, lover boy. How do you call your lover boy? Come here, lover boy. I'm your man for the job. I know the words. I'll do it. Baby, I'll do the whole shit. I ain't bullshitting you. That's how I get down, man. It's like I said before. You heard me before. I said it. I'll say it again. If AU Pack Mule is there and we reenacting the scene, he's going to have to lift me. I ain't lifting that motherfucker. If Don Willie is there, we do this scene, I'm going up. Don Willie's tossing me up. I'm all the way up because I ain't lifting that motherfucker. Down the cracker whip, I'll throw that motherfucker up. I can get him a Mo, I'll throw that motherfucker up, spin him around and put it back down. Goddamn. No doubt about it. You know what I mean? Without a doubt. So I'm gonna try to do it. I'm gonna try to do it. So Cheryl, Queen Cheryl, maybe we should try to swing you over towards the Virginia one over there. I think it would actually be easier for me to get there instead of Memphis. I could definitely drive there from New York. You know what I mean, without a doubt. So maybe just try to get you over there. We could swing that and stuff like that and see if I can get you over there. That would be easier for me to get to that one. I know the Ross is going to the other one. I spoke to her about that. I'm going to speak to her again and see if she can get to the other one too. I know Aziz and Ashay and all of them will be at the other one in Virginia too. They'll be there. The vassals of the Kingsgrave, all those people, they'll be there. A podcast of Ice and Fire, I think will be there. I think the Boiled Leather Hour podcast people, I think they will be there too. So I think they'll all be there. So we shall see what it is, Cheryl. Cheryl, to see if you can swing yourself over there. If you can't make it over there, Cheryl, definitely hit me up and let me know. You know where you hit me up at Teflon TV. Let me know that you're going to be there. Hopefully you can get there. Love Amber to get there too. If you, Amber, and all y'all there, then there is no doubt that Tony Teflon and Don will go. Regardless if I can get tickets or not, I'll just show up and that'll be it. And if there's no room, I'm crashing in one of y'all's rooms. Just know it. I'm just gonna come and I'm staying in your room. So that's it. You ain't got to worry about it. I'm clean. I smell very good. No corn chips smelling coming off the Don at all. You'll be happy to have it. I have a hammock I could bring. I'll just string that motherfucker up, and that's all it's got to be. You know what I mean? So I would definitely be up in there and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So I would love to meet people in person. If you had any interest in meeting me in person or something like that, and shake people's hands and say what up. And I would just really like to have a drink with motherfuckers and just drink. You know, I drink. I like to just hang out and drink some shit. You know what I mean? Just have a good time and stuff like that. So, you know what I mean? We shall see. We shall see what it is and stuff like that. Cause shit, if I ain't gotta pay for a spot, just pay like get a room. I can just crash. Then if you could say that I can just crash with one of y'all, then I'm fucking there. Period. Done deal. That's all I gotta do is you give me that. I'm the fuck there. You know what I mean? I'm there. I don't wear Axe body spray. I don't need that. I'm just naturally, my natural essence is sexy. You know what I mean? So you ain't got to worry about that. I'm good to go. You know what I mean? But still, if I go there, I'm not dressing up like Khal Drogo. I'm not doing no dance. I'm not doing nothing like I can't do it. Y'all can do it, and I'll take pictures of everybody, but I'm going in my regular clothes. I got to. And maybe I'll put a Hand of the Kingpin on. That's about as far as I can go, people. I'm sorry. I'll take a sword. Maybe I can put a sword on my hip. But I can't have no Jon Snow. I ain't dressing up like no Night's Watchman. All right? I just can't do it. I ain't have no Jon Snow. You're not going to catch me now. This is not. I'm not that free. I wish I could be, but I'm just not. So, before I get up out of here, I would like to say thank you for everybody who came by and watched this impromptu chat. We had over 140 something people here watching this live, just like that. And I just went and without even planning it. So thank you all for coming through and representing. Please watch the Hypes Watch. I do believe it's on the Hypes Watch channel. Next, I think it's at 1 or 2 o'clock. They're doing their things, you know what I mean? And that is just, and definitely check them out there. I'm going to be there. I'll even comment in the chat for a couple of them and stuff like that and say what up. The pleasure has been all mine for all y'all out here, you know what I mean? Good to see all of you. Please watch JD the Dragon's channel. This guy's giving you clips of his books. This could be the next George R.R. Martin that we have all gotten a chance to see the birth of. It's a very good book that he's putting out there. So please check it out. It's not on the Hypes Watch channel. It's on James Buchel's channel. So please check out James Buchel's channel. I do believe 2 o'clock. I love you, Moni G. I got love for all y'all. Everyone who received the gift from me, I hope that you did get it. If you did not get it, please contact me and let me know you didn't get it so I could track it for you. And I have to leave the chat real quick and pull up the other screen so I can turn this off. So if you like the way I do this, please thumbs up this, please spread this across the realm, and please subscribe. And until next time, you know who it is. Peace. And stay sexy.